Welcome back to our Manly Focus channel. Today, we delve into a topic that is becoming increasingly concerning, the stark reality of divorce. It's not a pretty picture, and unfortunately, it seems to be only getting worse. So, buckle up as we navigate this challenging terrain together. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding these issues, we equip ourselves to better navigate life's complex relational landscapes. Marriage, the very foundation of familial relationships and society at large, appears to be in a state of flux. This is due to the trend commonly referred to as the marriage strike, a social phenomenon where men choose not to marry. This hesitance stems from a myriad of perceived disadvantages and risks, such as financial loss in divorce proceedings, emotional stress, and an apparent lack of benefits within the institution of marriage. As we traverse the depths of this topic, it is crucial to understand the evolving dynamics in modern relationships and marriages. Men, in recent years, have undergone a transformation in their roles, taking on responsibilities that were traditionally seen as women's. From contributing to family income, sharing domestic chores, and actively participating in childrearing to investing emotionally in the family unit, men have broadened their roles within the family structure. Societal norms and expectations have played a significant role in catalyzing these shifts. Men have been encouraged to adopt a more sensitive approach, to be more open with their feelings, to be more understanding and receptive to their partner's needs and desires. A modern man, as defined by society, is expected to be an equal partner, contributing equally to every aspect of a relationship. However, an enigma unfolds as, despite these seemingly positive shifts in men's attitudes and behaviors, divorce rates have not seen a dip. On the contrary, it is increasingly common for women to be the initiators of divorces, even in marriages where men have fully embraced their roles as equal partners. Intriguingly, the trend of rising divorces seems to have an inverse correlation with the increasing sensitivity and consideration exhibited by men. The more men have tried to adapt, to meet the perceived expectations of their partners, the more they appear to face the risk of divorce. This paradox leaves many in a state of confusion and bewilderment. Why would women leave men who are, by all standards, excellent life partners? The heart of this issue lies in a fundamental misunderstanding or misinterpretation of women's desires. Men, particularly those who adhere to the blue pill philosophy, are often left perplexed as their perceived perfect behavior in marriages results in the exact opposite of what they anticipate. A significant contributor to this puzzling paradox is the dynamic and ever-evolving set of expectations within relationships. Societal norms and values are in constant flux, and with these changes, the expectations women have of their partners shift as well. Just as men believe they have understood and adapted to their partner's needs, the goalposts move. This situation can be likened to attempting to hit a moving target during an earthquake. Regardless of how perfect the aim is, if the target continues to shift, the chances of hitting it dwindle. This constant evolution of expectations and norms leaves men in a state of constant adaptation, fostering a growing sense of insecurity and instability within marriages. In essence, the marriage strike is men's response to this fluid landscape. It signifies men's refusal to engage in a game where the rules can shift at any moment, often to their disadvantage. This changing landscape puts men in a precarious situation. They were once scorned for their reluctance to commit, but now, when societal norms have shifted and they are willing to commit, they find themselves abandoned. This conundrum leaves many men questioning the value and relevance of marriage in its current form. As the paradox deepens, the consequences are increasingly stark. Men are being penalized for being true to themselves and just as much for not being themselves. One of the most striking ironies of our society is deeply rooted in the institution of marriage itself. Women have long been advocating for men to be more emotionally available and committed to their relationships. Paradoxically, it seems that once men have stepped up to these expectations, they find themselves being left in the lurch. Competition, too, has seen a shift from being purely workplace-oriented to invading the confines of homes. Men are now grappling not only with other men in their professional lives but also with the evolving dynamics within their personal relationships. This two-pronged competition leaves many men feeling drained, demoralized, and disoriented. An often overlooked aspect of this discussion is the struggle that men face in defining their identities amidst the continuous change in societal norms. Men are frequently caught in a tug-of-war between societal expectations, their perceptions of masculinity, and the expectations within their relationships. The constant pressure to adapt and change, coupled with the fear of abandonment despite these changes, often leads to a crisis of identity for many men. To understand the marriage strike, it is crucial to empathize and acknowledge the complexities of modern relationships. Men are increasingly finding themselves in a difficult position, prompting a reassessment of their perspectives on commitment and marriage. The escalating reluctance towards commitment is not an isolated trend, it is a reflection of deeper crises and contradictions within our evolving society. As society progresses and evolves, so do the norms and expectations within relationships. However, balance is crucial in this progression. While change is inevitable and often beneficial, it should not compromise stability and security within relationships. There needs to be a better understanding of the needs and desires of both partners, with expectations that are clearly communicated and mutually agreed upon. Gender roles within marriage have experienced drastic shifts in the last century, pushing both men and women into new territories. However, this transition has not been without its challenges. Men are encouraged to be more emotionally involved and nurturing while still retaining their traditional roles as protectors and providers. This dual expectation can be confusing and may even seem conflicting to many men. As society becomes more egalitarian, men are being asked to strike a balance between demonstrating emotional sensitivity and maintaining their traditionally masculine roles. This transformation isn't easy and has resulted in men trying to navigate the complex waters of contemporary relationships. The repercussions of divorce, particularly the financial implications, play a substantial role in the marriage strike. Men often find themselves at a disadvantage in divorce proceedings, with the legal system typically favoring women, particularly in issues of alimony and child custody. This perception of being the losing party in the event of a divorce has resulted in many men avoiding the institution of marriage altogether. The rising trend of the marriage strike is not solely about men's fear of financial loss or the perceived shift in societal norms. It is also about fear and vulnerability. As men become more emotionally invested in their relationships, the threat of a failed marriage or relationship becomes significantly more intimidating. The fear of being emotionally vulnerable, only to be left heartbroken, can be a powerful deterrent against marriage. Men face considerable pressure to fit within societal expectations and norms. They are expected to be strong, reliable, and resilient, yet sensitive, empathic, and nurturing. These conflicting expectations can create confusion and stress, contributing to the marriage strike phenomenon. Men are looking for clarity and stability in a rapidly changing social landscape. Resolving this paradox requires understanding and bridging the gap between the perceived expectations of women and the lived realities of men. An open and honest conversation about the changing dynamics of marriage, the impact of divorce, and the implications of societal expectations can help shed light on these complex issues. Men's experiences and perspectives should be valued and considered in these conversations to ensure a more balanced view of modern marriage. Raising awareness about the intricacies of modern marriage and the implications of divorce can be a crucial step towards mitigating the marriage strike. As we move forward, it's critical to approach these issues with empathy and understanding. The marriage strike is not a men's issue or a women's issue, it's a societal issue. It calls for us to reassess our understanding of marriage and relationships, to question societal norms and expectations, and to strive towards more balanced and equitable relationships. In conclusion, the marriage strike is a stark and powerful reflection of the challenges of navigating the modern relationship landscape. Understanding this trend is essential for anyone attempting to navigate the waters of contemporary relationships. It provides a mirror to our evolving society, prompting us to introspect, understand, and hopefully, create a healthier environment for relationships to flourish. It is a call to action, to adapt, to empathize, and to engage in meaningful dialogue about our expectations from and the realities of modern marriage. So, there we have it. We've taken a deep dive into the marriage strike phenomenon, dissecting the intricacies of modern marriage, the harsh realities of divorce, and the societal pressures that are driving this trend. The truth is undeniable, it's a harsh reality and it's only getting worse. But remember, change starts with dialogue and understanding. Only by acknowledging these issues, can we hope to address them effectively. So, let's keep this conversation going. Share your thoughts, experiences, and perspectives in the comments below. And if you find these discussions valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's continue to delve into topics that matter, from a man's perspective. Until next time, stay strong, stay aware, and stay tuned.